and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a review on JESSUP brushes, and these ones are the 15-piece brush set. Now I've had these in my collection for about a year and a half. I've purchased 3 different sets of these, and these ones are a brand new set. The reason why I decided to purchase a new set is because I feel like I do need to get some new brushes, and I didn't really want to show you my brushes that I got a year and a half ago because they're really dirty. They're all in these cups here, and I didn't really want to show them because of how dirty they are, and they do just need to be cleaned. So if you stay tuned to the end of this video, I am doing a giveaway and I'll let you know what you can win and how you can enter as well. I bought these brushes from eBay and they're about £12 or £13, and when you think that you get 15 brushes in here, it's crazy and it's super affordable. Now because I have been using these for over a year, I feel like I have a really good review on them. I can let you know what I like about them and what I don't like about them. I'm also going to give you a little review on each of the brushes and let you know how I use them, if I do use them and if I don't. Now there are only 1 or 2 brushes in here that I don't use, and that's just because I don't feel like that they're that good, but the rest of the brushes are really good. So I'm going to give you a little review and let you know how they are. You can also get 6 different colours, so these ones are the pink and silver ones. I've also got the purple and gold ones. You can also get silver and black, gold and black, white and gold, and you can get the blue and silver ones. So you have 6 different colours, and I think that works out really well for me because when I first got them I did get 2 different colours, and I had the pink and silver and the gold and the purple ones. So I did get these 2 and I use them for different things. So for instance, this one I'll use for blush and this one I use for powder bronzer, and it works out really well for me because then I'm not mixing all the colours about. So I won't reach for this one if I'm putting bronzer on because then it can end up going all pink, and I won't reach for this one if I'm going to put on some blush because then it will go brown and it won't look as vibrant as it normally would. So I do like the fact that you can get the 2 different colours because you can use them for different things and you can just separate them as well. So before I bought these, I was looking all over YouTube and eBay to see if they had affordable brushes. I was starting out on a makeup course and I can't afford to spend the amount on MAC brushes and Sigma brushes. People are saying that Sigma's affordable, and to be honest, for over £100 for a set of brushes, I think that that's quite expensive. So I decided to go ahead and look on eBay and also YouTube. So I looked on YouTube and everyone was raving about JESSUP brushes. They were saying about how good they are and how super affordable they were and how they were meant to be dupes for Sigma and Morphe brushes. Now I don't own any Morphe brushes and I only own 1 Sigma brush, and this one is not a dupe for any of these. So this is the Sigma brush that I own, which is the Sigma Flat Kabuki F80, and they do actually have a set on their website which is supposed to have dupes for this brush as well. So I can't really put them to the test with Sigma and Morphe brushes because I don't own them, and I think that they're quite expensive for what they are, to be honest. So I managed to pick these up for about £13 and I wasn't really expecting a lot. I mean, they were super affordable and I was like, maybe there's going to be 1 or 2 brushes that I like out of these, and even if they don't work out for me, I didn't really spend a lot of money on them, so I just thought I could just chuck them away and it wouldn't really matter. So after I got these, it only took about a week and a half for them to come all the way from China. Now when you do first get them, they do have a slight scent to them, but you can just go ahead and wash them. That's what I did, and the scent came out straight away, and that's what I do with all of my makeup brushes anyway. I always wash them before I use them just because I feel like that they're going to have loads of bacteria on them, so I just want to get all the bacteria out, and I just want them really nice and clean before I put them on my face. So when I did wash these, I noticed that I had absolutely no shedding at all, and that was really shocking for me because I just expected especially this one to just shed everywhere, and it didn't. And when I got my Sigma F80, this shedded everywhere, which is crazy. And as you can see, I still have some bristles that are coming up, and I feel like these ones are going to be coming out soon, which is not very good because this brush on its own cost me about £20. So when you think that I got this whole brush set for cheaper than the price of that brush, that's just crazy for me. And also the fact that these didn't shed was absolutely amazing, and I was expecting them to shed, and the fact that they didn't was really good. So when I went to try these out after they were washed and dried, I wasn't really expecting a lot. I just thought that they were going to be really scratchy on the face and they weren't really going to work, and I have to say that I was completely blown away. Now I love the feel of this brush right here. This one is a tapered face brush, and this one just feels so nice and soft on the skin. I absolutely love it, and I use this all the time even now, and it just feels so nice and soft. So out of the whole of the 15 brushes in this set, there's only 2 that I don't use, and that's these 2 right here. The first one is the large powder brush, just because I don't feel like it works very well. As you can see, it's not dense at all, and I'm just basically putting this against my wrist, and I'm not even using much force at all, and it just basically comes apart. It doesn't pick up really any product at all. It doesn't really put any product on the face, and I just feel like it's quite useless. If they did put some more bristles in there, I feel like it would work a lot better, but I don't really like it, and I don't really use it at all because I just don't find a use for it. And the other one that I don't use is the small eyeliner brush, which is this one right here, and I do like the fact that you get a little plastic thing right on the top just to keep all of the bacteria out and to keep the bristles really nice. But I just feel like if you look at it right here, there's not enough bristles in there, and the bristles are quite long and they're very very flexible, and I feel like if they were going to make sure that it could work really well as an eyeliner brush, that they would put some more bristles in there and they'd probably pack it in a little bit more, because I just feel like it just doesn't really work. As you can see, it just bends, and it doesn't really work as eyeliner. It doesn't really work as a lip liner brush either, and I just don't really find any use for it. I just don't use these two brushes. I just feel like that there's no use for them, and yeah, I just feel like that they shouldn't include them, or they should just upgrade them and make them a little bit better. So now I'm going to go on to the rest of the brushes. I'm going to do a little review on each of them and let you know what I use them for, things that I like about them and things that I don't like about them. I'm going to start off from the smallest brush and go up to the biggest brush, just so I feel like I have a little bit of order to let you know how I like them. So the first brush that I have is the lip brush, and this is what it looks like. So as you can see, you can take off the bottom of this and then you can put it on the top. This just makes it a lot easier for when you are traveling, and you can just have it in your bag and all of the lip product doesn't go everywhere, and also you can keep it really nice and clean, which I really like about this. I also like the fact that the bristles aren't too long and they're not too short. They're packed in really well. They feel really nice and soft, and I do use this as a lip brush, and I also use it as a little concealer brush as well. So when I use this as a lip brush, I put on the lipstick or the lip product on the middle of my lips, and then I just use this to go around the edges, just to make sure that I don't get it all over the edge and things like that, and it works out really well. Also, when I use it as a little concealer brush, I do use it on my eyebrows just to make sure that they're really nice and tamed, and I do have a really nice straight line there. And because I do use this brush for two different uses, I feel like it's a really good thing for me to get two different sets, just so I make sure when I do use one for concealer, it doesn't end up having all of this pink or whatever colour lip product that I've had on there, and then when I use it for lips, I don't end up having concealer all over my lips. So I really do like the fact that I can use this for multiple different purposes. If you do use things for multiple things, I do recommend getting two sets, because then you won't really get confused and it won't all mix in together. Next, I have the short shader brush, and this is one of my favourite brushes that I use every single day for my makeup, and I love the fact that the bristles on this are really nice and soft, and it's not too long and it's not too short, and it packs on the right amount of product on the eyelid, and even if you do get too much on there, you can just tap off the excess and it just comes off straight away, and it doesn't put too much product on there either, and it just works really well, and you can really build up the colour with it. So I do like this. I use it every single day and it's one of my favourites. Next, I have the flat definer brush, and I use this for the underneath of my eyes. So as you can see, I do have eyeshadow on the underneath right here, and this is the perfect thickness to get right under there, and it just smokes it out really nicely, and it doesn't go everywhere, so it's not too thick, it's not too thin. It works out really well, and it really defines the eyes, and it picks up the perfect amount of product as well. So even if you do get too much, you can just tap off the excess and then you can just put it on the underneath of your eyes, and it works really well, and this is one of my favourites as well. I really like it. Next, I have the concealer brush. I don't use this for concealer because I feel like it's quite small to use for that. So basically what I use this for is to highlight under my brow bone and on the inner corner of my eye. This is basically the perfect shape and the perfect size just to go underneath the brow bone and then also right in there, and I really like this. The bristles are really nice and soft. It's not too long and it's not too short, and yeah, I just really like it, and it works perfectly for highlighting. I wouldn't use it for concealer just because, as you can see, it's very, very small for concealer. I think if you're probably just doing a spot conceal, it would probably work really well, but if you're trying to do it underneath the eyes, this one is not the brush for you. Next is the small tapered blending brush, and this is one of my favourites, and I use this on the crease of my eye, and it doesn't pick up too much product. It just basically puts on the perfect amount of product on there. It buffs it out really nicely as well. As you can see, the bristles aren't too long and they're not too short, and there's not too many bristles in there either. It's really just nice and fluffy, and even with it being in my collection for a year and a half, as you can see, it hasn't really changed at all, and it still feels really nice as well. It doesn't feel scratchy, and I thought this one would feel really scratchy, but it still feels really nice, and this is one of my favourites. I really like it, and if you need to get a brush out of this set, I think this is probably one of the best ones. Next is the tapered blending brush, and as you can see, it is slightly different to the small blending brush, and it is a lot more tapered at the top, and I really love the feel of these bristles. They're just really nice and soft, and I do use this for the crease also to blend out, and it's really, really good with that, and it's really nice and fluffy, and I also use it on the outer corner as well just to fluff out the colours on there, and it works really well, and this is one of my favourites as well, so I really like this and I use it every single day as well. Next is the blending brush, and as you can see, it's very different from the tapered blending brush, and this one is a lot wider as well, and it still does feel really nice and soft, but out of the two, I definitely think the tapered one is a lot better just because I feel like it blends the colours out a lot more. Now I do use this for blending, but I don't really like it just because after a year and a half of having this, the bristles have gone really horrible beautiful. As you can see, this is what it looks like, and this is after around 4 washes, and it feels really horrible and scratchy as well. So I don't really like this one just because I feel like the bristles go really scratchy after a while. With the other one, the bristles are really nice and soft, and yeah, I don't really like it, and I just feel like the other one is a lot better. If I had to choose out of the two, I definitely would pick the other one because this one just doesn't really seem to work for me. Next is the large fluff brush, and as you can see, it has quite a lot of bristles in there and it's really packed in. I really like this because it's really nice and fluffy. So the thing that I use this for is contouring my nose, and recently I've been back into contouring my nose and I really like this brush for it. I feel like that it's the perfect one. So basically I just dip into my bronzer and I just go down the sides of my nose like here, and then I also go on the tip, and this is the perfect size, and also it doesn't put too much product on there. Now because it is a fluff brush, it does also fluff it out at the sides as well when you put it on, so you don't get a really defined look where it looks really fake. You get a really nice fluffy look. And then also I go in with my Zoeva Luxe face paint brush and I just buff it out a little bit more, just buff on the sides right here, and these are the perfect combo, and I really like this, and this is one of my favourites that I use almost every single day. Next I have the large concealer brush, and I use this for concealer underneath my eyes. I don't use it that often. I've only used it about 2 or 3 times because I do like the look of putting my concealer on with my blending sponge. I feel like it looks a lot better, but when I do use this, I just basically put my concealer under my eyes and then I just go like this with a swiping motion just to buff it in. But I don't really like the look of it with this brush. I do definitely prefer it with my sponge. I'm probably going to have to try and find another use for this because I don't really use it. It is a good brush, but I just don't really use it, and I'm not really too sure what I would use it for. Next is one of my favourite brushes and what pretty much sold me on the collection. This is the tapered highlighter brush, and I absolutely love this. As you can see, it's really nice and tapered, and the bristles feel really nice and soft, and I just love this brush. It's so good. I can use a highlighter that's high-end or drugstore and I still get the same look. It just looks so gorgeous. It doesn't put too much product on there, it doesn't put too less product on there. It buffs it in really nicely as well, so you don't get any harsh lines. And I use this every single day for all of my highlighters and I absolutely love it. As you can see, I am wearing it at the moment and I love the way that it makes my highlighter look. It just looks so nice, so put together, and I really recommend it. I love it, and even after a year and a half, it still looks really good and it still feels really nice as well. So as you can see, it almost looks exactly the same. The only thing is, it is a little bit more rounded on here, but I really do like it. Next is the powder or blush brush, and I do use this for blush. I absolutely love it, and it just feels so nice on the skin, and the bristles are really good as well. It doesn't pack on too much product, it doesn't pack on too little product. It basically puts on the perfect amount and it blends it in really nicely as well, and I just really like it. I do use it for blush, and I also use my other one for powder bronzer as well. So I do have 2 different ones and I use them for 2 different things, and I really like it. They feel really nice, they buff it out really well, so I really like this brush and it's one of my favourites. And the next one is the Duo Fibre powder or blush brush, and I also use 2 of these as well. So I use this along with the blush brush as well. So basically I put my blush on and then I use this just to make sure that it's really nice and buffed out so I don't get any harsh lines. Also, I do use one of these for my cream bronzers as well. As you can see, this one is really dirty, and this is the one that I use for my cream bronzers, and it pretty much looks almost exactly the same as this one. As you can see, it is really dirty, so I do need to really wash it, but they work really well, and I love the effect that this gives me when I do use it with a cream bronzer. It just buffs it out really nicely. Basically, I go into my cream bronzer and I just tap off the excess on the top of my hand, and then I just buff this in all over my face, and it gives a really nice look. It buffs it in incredibly, and I really do like it. So this is one of my favourite brushes as well. And the last brush is the tapered face brush, and this is one of my favourite brushes, and it's by far my favourite powder brush, and it just basically puts on the perfect amount on the skin, and it feels really nice and soft. And as you can see, it is tapered, so you can just dip into your powder on the top right here, and then it puts on the perfect amount, and it's just basically the perfect brush that I've ever tried. And even after a year and a half, it's worked out really well, and it still looks exactly the same and feels exactly the same. That's the thing with the majority of these brushes, they still feel really nice and soft after a year and a half of using them, and I really do like them. And this is by far my favourite powder brush, and to be honest, if I needed a new powder brush, I'd probably just go ahead and get this set again just for one brush because it is that good. So overall, I really like these brushes. I've been using them for a very, very long time, and to be honest, for the price, they are super good. They're under £15 for 15 brushes, and I use pretty much all of them, and I absolutely love them. Even with the fact fact that there's 2 brushes that I don't use out of them, I don't really feel like that there's much problem with those, just because it's only 2 out of the 15 and I'm not really too bothered about them because they were super affordable. So I do really like these brushes and I definitely recommend them to everyone, especially if you are starting out with makeup. These are probably the best brushes that you can get. Also, the fact that they have loads of different colours as well is really good. Also, the bristles are synthetic. There are 2 in here that are supposed to be wool, which is these 2, but I don't really know how true that is, just because they feel very different. This one feels really nice and soft, and then the blending one feels quite hard on there. But to be honest, I really like these brushes. I love the fact that they feel really nice and soft, and the fact that I found a use for almost all of them is really good for me, and I really do like them. So now that we're at the end of this video, I'm going to go ahead and tell you all about the giveaway, what you can win and how you can enter. So you will be able to win one of these brush sets from JESSUP. These are the 15-piece brush sets, and this is being paid for out of my own money, so I'm not affiliated with them at all. I'm paying for these out of my own money. You can win whichever ones that you want. You can have the pink ones, the blue ones, black ones, purple ones, the white ones, whichever one you prefer. You can have any of those sets. So there are 2 different ways that you can enter this giveaway. The first way is what everyone has to do if you do want to enter the giveaway. The second one is just an extra entry. So everything will be down below in the info box on how you can enter this giveaway. The first way is that you have to be subscribed to this channel and also my vlog channel. Also, you have to like this video as well and just comment down below to let me know what your favourite makeup product is of all time. And the second way is that you have to follow me on Instagram. I've also got a photo on my Instagram page as well. Now you do have to copy that and put that onto your Instagram page. Also tag me in it and put the hashtag Chloe's Makeup Giveaway, and also tag 3 of your friends in it. And if you do enter through Instagram as well, just make sure that in your comment down below you do also put what your Instagram page is as well, just so I can put both of them together and then I can put 2 entries on those. So this giveaway is open internationally, so no matter where you live in the world you can enter it. Also, it's going to be open for 2 weeks from the time that this video is up on my channel, so it will be closing on the 8th of July. So if you do want to enter, make sure they get all your entries in by then. And I hope that you enjoy this video, and make sure that you give this video a very big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next video, guys. Bye!